We're all beings in motion. That means we're always moving from one place to another or from one activity to another. And that also means that our spine needs to be in motion too, to facilitate our daily movements. We will be doing spinal rotation and mobility movements following the gyrokinesis arch and curl techniques. I'll show you how. We will be using a bamboo stick and a stool. If you don't have a bamboo stick at home, no problem. You can use any stick, a mop stick or a broomstick. Just make sure that the height is no lower than your chin. We need to prop it up comfortably across our upper back, which I will show you later. And we also have here a gyrokinesis stool. If you don't have that, you can use normal stool. Just make sure that the surface is hard, as well as when you're seated, your hips is no lower than your knee. At the very least, your hip needs to be in line with your knee when you are seated. We're going to drape our arms around the bamboo stick. Have your palms face up. Before we start moving, it is important to make sure you're seated right on top of your sit bones, not in front of the sit bones. not behind the sit bones. I know many of you sit that way, so please check out my video on how to sit properly. It will help us to understand how to find the sit bones and make sure that our pelvis is stacked up properly to support the spine. So from here, we're going to push into the stick a little bit to give ourselves more traction. Take an inhalation, lifting the sternum, looking diagonally up, bringing the spine into an arch. And exhale, looking at your belly button, bringing the spine into a curl. When we arch, we are opening up the front of our ribs. And when we curl, we are opening up the back of our vertebra. So in doing this arch and curl movement, we are essentially bringing our spine into opening the ribs in front, and here opening the ribs behind. Into an arch, arching the whole spine, into a curl, curling the whole spine here. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. The gyrokinesis arch and curl technique is perfect for lengthening the spine because when we arch, we create space in front. When we curl, we create space behind here. So the next thing we're going to do is move the spine from side to side here. Actually, it's more the thoracic spine than the entire spine because we want to keep our pelvis rooted on the stool here, just to make sure that we're able to move the rib cage a little bit more, training the range of motion in our thoracic spine, which is tight for most people. So you're going to press onto the stick, palms face up, creating the traction that you had just now, and make sure you are still on your sit bones, yeah? And from here, laterally move the rib cage from side to side, keeping either side of the hips rooted on the stool here. Your range of motion need not be a lot because our thoracic spine cannot shift that much, but it needs to be able to do this because it's one of the range of motion that is designed by nature. We all have it in us. Just do it a couple more times here. And you can slowly release. Now I'm going to show you one more plane of movement, which is the transverse plane. In gyrokinesis term, that's called spiraling the spine. To most people, that's called spinal rotation. It's not exactly the same thing, but for now, we can take it as similar. Now, for this particular motion, we need to be mindful of moving from one place in the body, which is the area below our belly button. Put 3 fingers below our belly button. We'll find our seat center in gyrokinesis term, or it's called the Mula Bandha in yoga or Dan Tian in Tai Chi Chuan. It's the same thing here. So from here, you're going to prep yourself up again the same way. Press against the stick slightly here, slightly arch. Take an inhalation. Exhale and spiraling from the seat center to the right side. You won't be able to move a lot because you are not initiating the movement from your head or your shoulders, initiating the movement from your seat center. So that's essentially the movement that will spiral all the way up to the top of your spine in this rotating or spiraling motion here. Leading with your eyes and being mindful of your seat center. And inhale to come back to the center. Exhale again and going to the other side. Let's do one more each side here. You can have a mental picture of your seat center, 3 fingers below the belly button, and just think about it, moving the spine from there. And return. Gyrokinesis is one of the most ideal, if not perfect, way to mobilize your spine. I hope you find the techniques of arch and curl helpful. Ask me any questions in the comment section below if you like. I'd love to clarify for you. Else, I urge you to try it out and see how you feel in your spine. I'm sure you will feel really good because my clients all feel really good after a gyrokinesis session. So that's all I have for this time. Do like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more spinal mobility videos, and I'll see you in the next one.